All right, welcome back. Let's bring Bros back to the stage. This video right here is on a platform called, let me sneak look at it real quickly before we continue. It's on a platform called Proactive GH. Looks like it's Ghana people. Okay, Proactive GH. So please, if you want to see it without just my reaction, you can go and see it over there. You can go support them over there. It's called Proactive GH. All right, so I'm going to put that on the screen just to make it known that we are reacting within fair use guidelines. And you know, Emeka is full of a lot of life and relationship lessons. Okay, lots of life lessons. Okay, so it's going to be interesting. We'll see how it goes. All right, so let's look at this video today, and there's another one. It's also Emeka that we'll cover, but let's take our time. I'm not in a rush today. We're only 36 minutes in, but I do want to finish on time. Okay, all right, but before we continue, just to respond to some of what you guys are saying, D-Love says, I think Tasha's approach is what gets her in trouble. She can come across as mean-spirited and matter-of-fact, reporting like she lives in their house. Yeah, and she's making a lot of statements that, like you said, as a matter of fact, like she knows. And I don't think she feels the need to say allegedly. She says it, but it's like, sometimes she will even say, hey, you know, allegedly. She will say something like that, you know. So if she finds a good judge, they will file another judgment, and it's not fun. So I'm even wondering, that African brother that she's married to, he must be in this, like he's in on this whole game, right? It must be a whole game, because she knows what she's doing, I guess. I hope so. Regulated with a certain amount of freedom of speech, she says. Liz C say, I'm no Tasha K fan, but how can you sue her if grown folks want to share their story? We're gonna find out in court, because the last time that's what she was counting on with the Cardi B, and now she's $4 million down in the hole. Judgment, bankruptcy. You know, I already said this, that as we move into the future, it's not sustainable that people can just run their mouth online, right? Now, if you're Emeka and you come and tell Sbusi regular, say, no, Baba, go back home and fix your issue at home, you're lying, you're capping, okay? But I don't think it's sustainable to just allow anybody to just say anything anyhow and they're running and they're influencing millions of people. Yeah, it's not sustainable, you know. But we'll see how it goes, you know. If there's extortion involved, she'll be facing the law. Keepers said. Keepers, are you a lawyer? I think you're a lawyer, right? Somebody's a lawyer. I will remember one day. Freedom of speech does not guarantee freedom from consequences. Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, let's listen to Emeka. What book was that back in the days that there was a character Emeka in the book? There was a book when we were in primary school that there was a character Emeka inside of the book. Anybody remember? Let's get into it. It's a 7 minutes video. It's not going to be long, but I'm going to take my time on it, just because I haven't seen it. I've seen bits of this video somewhere. So when I saw it, I was like, you know what? I want to do this together with the Prestige family, as usual. You know, let's just do this together, you know. Let's keep going.
You got divorced recently.
I didn't get divorced. She divorced herself.
All right, what does that mean? right off the bat, before we even get started, before Katoberato, what does that mean? Let's rewind. I didn't get divorced. She divorced herself. This was 6 years ago. Okay, in fact, let's look at the specific dates. This was 6 years ago. There's a date here somewhere. There's usually a date here somewhere. Where is the date? Oh, December 15, 2017. That's when this was. Oh, God.
You got divorced recently.
I didn't get divorced. She divorced herself. Okay. Not even that she divorced herself. Her blackmailers divorced her against her wish.
Okay.
You never hear that woman.
All right. So it's a common theme here. I told you, right? Let me see. Did I even put in the title today? No, I didn't. No, I didn't put in the title today, right? A blackmailer's divorce. It's not. He even changed his mind in the middle of the sentence. Said, "Listen, of course I'm nitpicking his words, okay? Because it's the star of the day. Anyway, she didn't even divorce herself. He changed his mind. Said her blackmailers divorced her against her wish." He's gonna have to tell us more about this because I'm curious now. I'm curious to see what he means by this. Liz, he said Emeka is a gift that keeps on giving. Yeah. He's dead ass. You know what? Dead ass. I think it's New Yorkers that say dead ass, right? He's dead ass. He's serious. Emeka is omnipresent. Only they say he talks because he's so annoying. He is omnipresent. At least on this platform for the past few days right now. This whole week. Thank God for wisdom. We were able to cover some other stories. But this guy. There's a lot going on there. Let's continue. Because if I start engaging you guys, we're not going to finish what we're here to do. Let's continue, okay?
She divorced herself. Her blackmailers divorced her against her wish.
Okay.
You never hear that woman talk. Where is she? What's happening to her?
All right. So for everybody that say, rest, move on. They're saying it to her. You know, for the most part, I've seen people saying it to Emeka, but I've seen people say it to her. You can hear from Emeka's mouth himself saying, "You never hear from her. You never see anything. You never see anything from her," right? All right. So, hey, Nani, good to see you. What's going on, brother? Brother Ola Kidola? I see you, my guy. I mean, my uncle, because you're my big guy. The guy is nice guy. I know. He's a nice guy. Yeah. He thought being nice was good enough, but it's not good enough in the world we live in. You need skills. It's not good enough to be nice. And I think that's where the anger is coming from. But let's continue.
And talk. Where is she? What's happening to her? Why are you speaking for her? Why are you saying she's quiet? Is she on drugs? Did you knock her off?
All right, that's called suggestion. What he just did is a suggestion. Is she on drugs? Did you knock her off? He's asking the blackmailers, the senators. All right, what happened to her?
Why are you saying she's quiet? Is she on drugs? Did you knock her off? Is she blackmailed with some sex movies? What is the situation?
Wait. Another suggestion. You guys know what suggestion is? What is suggestion? I don't want to butcher it, but suggestion is there's something called suggestion. Is it auto-suggestion or something like that? Okay, anyway, bottom line is it's suggesting something. It was sowing some kind of seed in the mind of people. Let me try what is auto-suggestion, because that one is more subconscious, I think. I need to go back and reread my Think and Grow Rich, because now my brain is dry. Today I'm just not there today. Jesus Christ. Auto-suggestion is a psychological technique that involves using affirmations or self-suggestions to influence one's thoughts, okay? Feelings and behavior. It's a form of self-induced suggestion. It's more like when you're doing it to yourself, okay? But he might have auto-suggestion going on, but he's definitely suggesting something here. The question is, it's a way to reverse psychology so it doesn't look like that, right? Let me not act like I'm saying she's on drug or she did a sex video, but let's just sow those seed out there and put it out there. Let's see. When it happens with controlling and manipulative people, when they do it, sometimes that's also coming from auto-suggestion. It's a very subconscious thing they do that they don't realize that we can catch them doing it, and it's a very destructive behavior too. Okay, because in particular they actually hurt themselves in the process, because they actually might end up believing what they're saying. Okay. Objection, Your Honor. Emeka is leading the witness. Wala. How old is he? He's 57. He's 57. Yeah. So let's continue. Let's continue because you guys are enough shows for me. I can just engage you and we'll be here for the next 4 hours.
Is she blackmailed with some sex movies?
Is she blackmailed with some sex movies? Okay. Emeka, we have to bring out some sex movie of this woman, because remember he said, if I hear pimp, maybe that's what he was talking about. Maybe that's what he was talking about. Right? Was there some kind of sex movies by that auntie? That auntie that I saw? No. I don't see it. I don't see it. But who am I? What do I know? It's possible. Anything is possible in life, right? Listen, say sustained. Sustained. Wala. Let's continue. It's a short video, so I can play around with it a little.
What is the situation? No woman walks away from 4 children.
All right. No woman walks away from 4 children. Let's hear it again.
It's not possible.
He said it's not possible. He's dead ass. He means what he's saying. This was okay. Granted, this was 6 years ago, but he means what he's saying. Do you agree with that? That's no woman. Okay. Do you agree with that mentally, emotionally, and physically, or evidentially? Right? Is there evidence of this? I believe this Baba go just. This Baba go shalaye tired.
You go explain because no evidence.
Women don't walk away from 4 children. We've never seen that before. Is this a good time to bring Mohbad's mother to the stage? I think she walked away from. Okay, I think she carried 2 children with her. But he was also suggesting here that she walked away from 4 children, maybe temporarily at that time, right? Maybe before they finished the court case. I think the court case, they said, was finished in 2019, right? So it must have been, who knows? I don't know. There's probably a lot of nuances that we don't know. So I want to be careful there. But there's no woman that walks away from 4 children. Is that the reality that we're dealing with in this life? Is that realistic? Is that reality? You know, I would say there are women that walk away from 4 children, even more. If I were to guess, I can't remember anybody right now, but if I were to guess, they exist. One of them is Susan Emma. One of them is Susan Emma, right? D-Love is trying to say this guy is not a nice guy. He's not a nice guy. He did everything to sponsor this woman through school. He forgot. Sent her to was it Unilag? Built a house for the mother. Built her a school. Made her the vice chancellor of the school. Right? You don't think that's a nice guy? Told her you can't work. You don't think that's a nice guy? I'm not being sarcastic. Honestly, you don't think that person is coming from a place of trying to be nice? Like, there's the other side that do they know what they're doing? That's a different topic. But you don't think that person was being nice? Only be say for me with 7 months pregnancy. Listen, women walk away all the time. At any phase. When they hit that rock bottom and enough is enough, they're walking away. Or maybe your wife is the first of the generation that start to walk away. Welcome to the real world. Sometimes there's always a first to everything, But I doubt if she was the first, I doubt it. Maybe he was literally disconnected from the world. He was out of touch. He didn't realize that divorces were happening everywhere like that. That would make you say things like that too. He's the type to record her and use AI to add several Yahoo boys and senators in the clips. I call it blackmailer, right? I would not be surprised. Listen, if what the son said is true, which is showing them pictures and videos of her crying and say she's on drug, if that is true, he would do anything. And he might believe his own lies. It's a very dangerous place to be. You know, but let me continue.
Not even a rat.
Not even a rat. Rat bitibawo. How does rat come into this?
Situation. No woman walks away from 4 children. It's not possible. Not even a rat. We walk away from one.
A rat.
One child. Come on. It's a baby.
This guy thinks he's on a movie set, I swear. He thinks he's on a movie set. He lives in the fantasy world. Let me tell you something. A lot of men that got served the divorce paper, they usually don't see it coming. I promise you. I promise you. Like, how could they not see it coming with how mean they were? How they can't see, bro. They didn't think they were being controlling. Remember, he was just trying to be nice. Don't work. Just stay at home and don't work. I got you. There's no need for you to work. Right? It is us that we're now trying to bring them up to speed. Like, don't do yourself like that. It's okay. Right? We're the one trying to bring them up to speed now. Like, don't do yourself like that. Don't stop her from her dreams in the name of... In fact, there is a video here. Let me see if I can play it. I sent it to myself from my other account earlier on. Yeah, I'm going to play it. Let me play. Since it's not a celebrity, I don't need to do it separately. All right. Some guy was on Hollywood Unlocked. Can you guys see my screen? This guy right here. All right. So I suspect I know what he's talking about. I could be wrong. Remember, there was a video I did yesterday. I was actually wrong a couple of times. So this one might be one of the situations where I'm wrong, right? He says women should never struggle. This is what it looks like in the beginning. This is a moment of truth right here. This is what it looks like in the beginning. I can see this man. He barely has any facial hair on his face, but he's standing right next to a Lamborghini. He probably has good money. He's probably doing well for himself. Some Abdul something like that. I don't know who this guy is. Let me see if we can see some kind of he's probably just trying to promote something. Abdul Kwai, entrepreneur, $250 million selling online. Oh yeah, he's trying to sell something, but he's a young man. He doesn't know anything about life, especially if he has money. He has no idea. It's like Emeka 20 years ago, you know, ride any Prado you like, you know, take care of yourself, any cars. Remember that part of the interview? Like, just take care of yourself, anything you want, right? Young man, he has not seen life. He can't see that far, that 20 years from now, this same woman might resent that very same thing. Right? Let's see what this young man said.
Will never have to work if she doesn't want to. And here's
Oh, at least he said if she doesn't want to. Let's continue.
why. I'm asking her to leave her father's name, asking her to be the mother of my kids, asking her to take care of my family, asking her to be the solace and comfort for me when life gets hard. And I'm choosing her consistently over and again. And that's why I work so hard now in my 20s, so that when I'm in
I knew it. He's in his 20s. I knew it. He's in his 20s. She never have to work if she doesn't want to. Now, if she doesn't want to, it's accurate on paper, right? But do they stop? If she says, well, I don't want to, but I kind of want to, will you let her work? That's when the reality kicks in, right? I bet you will auto-suggest like, babe, why do you want to work? I got you, right? Will you find other manipulative ways because really, you really just don't want her to work? Will you find other ways to act like it's her idea? And then, because if you do, 20 years from now, you become an Emeka. That's what I'm warning you for right now. You need to be a support. This is 2023. You need to be careful with your niceness.
My wife will never have to work if she doesn't want to, and here's why. I'm asking her to leave her father's name, asking her to be the mother of my kids, asking her to take care of my family, asking her to be the solace and comfort for me when life gets hard. And I'm choosing her consistently over and again.
Oh,
And
that's
that's
so
why I
sweet.
work so hard now. in my
D-Love, you have to
20s, so
admit.
that when I'm in my 30s, I can be that sole provider for my family without having to think twice. And it's shocking to me when I look at what is happening around the world, where men are starting to become feminine and women are starting to wear the masculine roles.
He just called men
Because
feminine. Oh.
how it should be.
He must know what he's
is
talking
the
about. He must know what he's talking about. He just called men feminine. This guy go collect. Oh my God.
Family unit is the most important unit in a man's life. If the home is great, then the man will excel. If the home is terrible, then the man won't thrive. So the best thing you can do for yourself as a man will be to increase your earning capacity and then take care of your family.
That's the message. Increase your earning capacity. Just link me up. I'll sell you a program so you can make some money. That's the message right there. That's the message. But I think he means what he's saying too. So, so just in case you're wondering, D-Love, did I answer your question? I know you were asking Brother Kidola, but I hope that answers your question. Okay. Can you? That is an Emeka 20 years ago. Okay. That is an Emeka 20 years ago. Okay. Now everything is said on paper, in real, on paper. Okay. On paper is.
Oh, you're right.
Is right, but all of that is going to get tested by the people he loved the most. Absolutely. No, nobody's going to come off the street and test him. It's going to be people he loved the most. It might be his wife, that same wife that he said, you don't have to work, I got everything else. Okay. And the real test is, can he pass that test? Right? When she says, actually, I feel bored, I'm at home, I would like to try something else, I feel like my friends are advancing, because she's going to get a moment where she feels like, well, I didn't use my degree. She just wakes up one day, she realized she's been spending her whole life with you. She felt like she lost herself. That's the test, my guy. Can you pass that test? I mean, that will be your moment to be like, what else would a woman want? These women, these women, they are never satisfied. Would that be your moment to start saying that? Are you prepared for that? Listen, let's be honest. A 20-something-year-old man is not prepared for that. That's who Emeka AK was. Emeka was the guy in the movie, was a lover boy. Right? So by the time he come back on the other side of 20 years, he will now say it's women's fault. Instead of saying, like, listen, I didn't know shit. Instead of him to say, I did not know anything about life, he would just say it's women's fault. This woman, I'm so sorry for you, all of you young men. Instead of you say, hey, young man, just make sure you stay focused on your purpose. All that extra fantasy talk you're talking, keep in your pocket. All of them will get tested. Every single ounce of any fantasy talk you have in your head will get tested. And instead of him to prepare himself so he can be a mentor to some of this man, he said, there's no good woman anymore. That is the conclusion. And that kind of conclusion is always wrong. Always wrong. No, we can't sugarcoat that. That's wrong. It's not accurate. It's a lie. You're talking about yourself, your own story. That's it. You know? Dilo say, haha, I still want the answer from Bros Kidola. He'll give you answer. Let me see if I can hurry up so I can drop the link. Maybe a couple of people might want to come up and talk, you know? But I'm telling you, these things are not black and white. That's all I'm saying. Bonchan said, number one red flag, when everything is reduced to money. Nice one. Nice one. Nice one. That's one of the hardest things for young people to comprehend. To them, it's money. When they want to define marriage, they say it's business. Oh, there's enough lame older men who say that too. Because it's a simple answer, right? But, you know, no, you're not going to oversimplify life. Life is complex. It's a beautiful paint. It's chaos everywhere, right? Life is complex. That's why it's beautiful. It's like a painting. So you oversimplify it, you go collect. Instead of you to learn what you need to learn, you're trying to oversimplify it with generalized statements. You collect. You go collect. Let's continue. Let's continue with my brother here, Emeka Ike.
Yeah.
But this is 4 kids.
4 kids. Oh, do.
And you were told, close down the man's business and leave. That's the only choice you have. And
You were told close down the man's business and leave. That's the only choice you have. That's the school. He's talking about the school. No, we know today that's not what happened. They got evicted. But who's the blackmailer? Is it High Chief? The High Chief. What's the name of the High Chief? Is that the person he's talking about? Because they keep talking about this blackmailer.
did that on the day the man was leaving town. So if we were fighting, then that's not. You will live under a stressful fight situation. Baby, I'm hitting out of town. Send me the Prado to take the...
He just repeated the Prado. This Prado was first mentioned apparently in 2017, December. He repeated that Prado talk 11 days ago. That Prado must have been something that he loved. Me too, I still mention my Honda Prelude 1988, my first car, Honda Prelude 1988. You can't tell me nothing. If I allow you to my life to come and drive my Honda Prelude 1988, I'll mention it too. I might mention it if you leave me, put the rug from under me, oh. I might, oh. I'm just saying. Oh. That Prado must have been precious to him.
To the airport. And you send the driver, I brought the Prado, I got to the airport and
The Prado just got mentioned again.
I was on air. And the driver came back and he said, oh, where is he? He said, he's gone. You sure? He said, get me the assembly bell. I own a secondary school nearly as big as this place you are. Okay? And students get to pay me 280,000 naira every term. And you pay 3 times every year.
Yeah.
And that's about 840,000 naira. A lot of money.
You are rich.
Now, every year, a student pays me 840,000 naira. So if there are 100 students that...
Were you paying your teachers? Because I know they paid you 840,000 naira every year. That's called revenue. I'm guessing teachers were not the only expenses that came with that. You also had to pay for the building. And you have to be on top of things when it comes to balancing the books. Were those things done? The only thing we don't know. The only thing we know is that allegedly that school was evicted out of the building while it was in here. Not in America, in here. At one story, I think he said it was in America. And the other story said it was in here. The wife said, no, it was somewhere around this nation. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? When you tell me 840 naira, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, kill I mean, with respect to what? What is the percentage of net profit when it comes to that? I know, because I run businesses. And it's not easy. And yes, sometimes I look at it and I'm like, where did all this money go? Right? And then you find yourself broke all over again and you have to start from fresh all over again. No, it's like relationships. Your faith will be tested as an entrepreneur in relationship. You think you have faith. Wait until you collect shege inside a relationship. We'll see how much faith you have. Let's say if you won't start nyani discombobulated narrated story that we can jack buboiro easily. Well, not all of us can gyro. Some people just believe like, oh, he got cancelled for no reason. He just got cancelled for no reason. They took his school from him. What's going on, Mary Truly, Madly K? It's good to see you. Not to say he needs to be understudy Jim. He needs to understudy Jim Ike. Accountability. We do have the accountability prefect here today. That's why I was asking for her yesterday, because we were talking about accountability. I said, where's Honey Babe? Somebody look for her for me. Also, does he have a spending limit for her? You're right. Exactly. So again, you might even have a wife. Like all the story about she was misspending the money. There probably some truth to that. But when you have a culture in a business where books are not balanced properly and there's no proper accountability, right? And you have the countenance of you have like not countenance, the temperament of Emeka. Instead of saying, we don't spend enough. Yeah, everybody, let's sit down. Let's come up with a way so that we can actually so we can afford to run this ship properly every month. I know we're bringing in a certain amount of millions of naira every year, but it's leaving us with negative, which is more headache. Right? At the end of the year, wife, babe, come on, let's sit down. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. What do you think we should do here? What do you think we should do here? What might usually happen in this kind of case? Yeah. What might happen is that they just, from what we've seen so far, no. It's everybody else's fault. The blackmailers, the senator, the wife, the child. If this is how you move, this is just how you are, you won't be able to sit down and have a conversation. You don't have that patience, right? You just don't have what you don't have. But ignorance is not an excuse. Baba, there are many of us who catch you. You will collect.
Sorry.
Because we will ask you, when you say 840,000 every month, kill me, Baba, how much is left with you after you all the rest of the expenses, after you fly around, try to do, because he admitted to, I was doing packaging, right? After you did all that, you probably took some money to try to produce movies so you can be at the top of the industry, or to try to run for office at the AGM so you can become the president. In Nigeria, you might have to bribe a couple of people so they can vote for you. How much of that money was going into all of that? Because I don't know if you know, in Nigeria, I don't forget, like they look like they are rich on the surface, but it's negative every month. Are you aware? Maybe that's not Emeka Ike's story. Maybe that wasn't his story. I'm just thinking out loud. That's all. I'm just thinking out loud. That's all. This drama begins and ends with Emeka, but does he realize that? That is the question, Liz. I hope so. I hope he's willing to. He said he's crying and out, which means he's probably thinking it. You know, he's probably just angry with himself. Because he said he asked himself, how did I get here? And I think that's a very good place to start from. If he will continue in that same, like if he doesn't pull away from it, right? Because sometimes you're like, no, I can't judge myself for this. It's her fault. Not true, it's her fault, period. My children, how did my children turn their back against me? There was an auntie on that free show yesterday, some Cynthia something, Amadi. They were saying, he said it was because of the child school. The child dropped out from school. If your child dropped out of school and you're broke, all of that will piss you off. If you don't know what you're doing, you will leave terrible voice notes all over the place that will implicate you even further. Yeah. And guess who's going to pay all of the price? You. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All the people that are sympathizing with you cannot help you either. They're actually making it worse for you because they'll soothe your feelings small. But you have to deal with the reality after that. Right? He means he's dead ass. He means everything he's saying, by the way. Live to save her life and stay and continue the abuse. He failed to pay the rent. Is that what happened, right? That's what the story said, right? They got evicted. That's what we know. Emeka is in La La Land. This was, just to be clear, this video is from December 2017, just so you know, okay? All right. But there are patterns here. When people say, he's such a nice guy, Baba, that has nothing to do with nothing. Has nothing to do with nothing. When I walked with him, it was such a, shout out to Auntie, what's the name of the auntie that was on that free show too, 2 days ago? Regina Askia. He was such a nice guy. That's nice, Auntie. That's not relevant. That's not relevant, Auntie. That's not. Okay? He's just not relevant. Only may say I'm here. I know. Oh no, my spending limit question was for the 25-year-old Emeka. Spending limit Emeka, 25-year-old. I think I already answered your question. Church mouse are same WhatsApp group. I think I already answered your question. When you're 25, That young man I just played his video. You just don't know what you don't know. Especially, I was that guy. Especially, it's a setup. If you make too much money too early, it's a setup. You don't know what to do with that. It's too much energy. You don't know what to do. You're going to precisely lose all that money. That's just the way it works. Yoruba people say, like, and you don't have to be a lavish spender either. Okay, you don't have to be a lavish spender. But the forces that be, the principalities and the powers of this world, they have their ways. They'll take that money from you. Okay, they'll take that money from you. But let's continue. This is getting good.
That's 84 million.
84 million.
100 students. That's 84 million.
100 students. Oh my God.
Now,
He thinks. Listen. The way I'm looking at him, I just see him think he thinks. I think he forgot to leave a character. Even the gestures, even the mannerism, everything. I think he thinks. Oh God. Oh my shoe. Listen, gentlemen, it's all of us. If you're young, pay attention to this. It's all of us. You just don't know. When you're 20-something, you don't know. You collect shege. Now, it's up to you what you do with that. You can either blame the rest of the world or say, oh yeah, I'm confused. There's something I need to learn. Those are the two choices you're left with. And one choice will destroy you further. The other choice is like, okay, you still have the rest of your life. But I think he decided to go the other route, to blame everybody else. But all of us, in one shape, form or the other, we will go through this. We think we know it all, especially if you're very smart, sharp, intelligent, you can read books, you know it all. Who's going to tell you anything? I know all the definition of all the words in the dictionary. Nobody's going to tell you anything. You won't listen. If I tell you, you won't be able to comprehend, right? That's why you will hit that rock bottom first, and then you say, where's my wife? Where are my kids? Well, I'm leaving. You're leaving? How dare you? I paid your school fees. I told you you couldn't work. I did everything for you. Well, did I ask you? Yes, women will ask you. Women will ask you, did I ask you? Oh yeah, that's a favorite question of women. Did I ask you to do that? Women, they will ask you that. Did I ask you to do that? I bought you a Prado. Did I ask you? Baba, you are faced with your destiny now. And you'll be angry. Right? The anger is a function of your lack of capacity, lack of skills. And it's okay. Okay, it's okay. Because God is going to build you strong if you let him. If you don't, if you use any additional coconut head like Emeka, you will collect.
Sorry.
Telling you will collect. Seriously. Neni says, for someone that keeps calling Prada in every sentence, your analogy was a story. Big manism. That English is deep for me. What's big manism? Is that like big boyish thingy? Is that what that means? I think I've seen that somewhere. He got there slowly, one unresolved issue to another. Yes, I agree. Let's keep going.
That's 84 million.
84 million.
Now, you shut down such a business.
Who shut down such a business? There's no way to shut down such a business that's profitable. A wife cannot shut down such a business that's profitable. No, a landlord cannot even shut down such a business that's profitable. It's literally impossible. If it's 100 students, we will move them somewhere else. We will rent another. How many of you went to nursery and primary school that they moved around different buildings in the beginning? I did. My nursery school was moved quite around a couple of buildings. That was that time when nursery school was was fresh. There wasn't nursery and primary. They just started. I'm talking about now 85, 86, 87-ish. If it was so profitable, 100 students, you can find a church to rent during and just this one person shut it down. Oh, not the one person, the blackmailer. Who's the blackmailer? Was it Shegun Arinze? Who are these blackmailers? Because Baba has mentioned a few names. Shegun Arinze, Iyabo Ojo, senators. Yeah, but you collect. Hey, let's continue.
Because what? Why?
You still don't have any idea.
No, what I don't have the idea till now. Why did you shut it down? Why didn't you just walk away? Okay, fine.
Why did you just walk? Why did you shut it down? Was it her school? Was it on our name? I'm still confused.
If whatever happens, they are children's investment. She was working under a dictate.
Was that Michael as a young kid? I think that was Michael. Oh my God. Mary says he was not business educated, sadly. Maybe he was also doing too many things at the same time and no patience. Like Cynthia said it was like too gra. Yes. I've done that. I know. That's why I said I understand him. I've been that guy. Okay, but I'm 44 now. Okay, I hope I'm not that guy, or I'm not holding myself accountable at 57. I hope to God. Like, come on, Jesus Christ, I have been that guy, spending there, spending that. The other day I noticed, just a few days ago, I noticed here, you know the water fountain bottle thing. What do you guys call it? The water fountain, the one that you pull upside down. I was spending $16.58 on each one. And I have 11 that comes here per month. They deliver it. I decided to stop at ShopRite randomly. $6.99. Meaning, hi, like me, my life. Ha, what is soon, Lord? That thing paying. That's a whole $10 per bottle. Multiply that by 11 every month. Multiply that by every other area where you're not paying attention. It's very easy to get in trouble. I promise you. It's very easy. It's an oversight. It's the blind spot. Right? It can happen in business. Especially when you're young. You can't see it. In fact, sometimes you say, it's just convenience. You might justify it, but it's just convenience. Convenience. A whole $6.97 to $16.58 for water. The more the money, the easier it is for you to mishandle it. That's the tricky thing about money. Our money is spirit. You know, when some kind of money comes into your bank account, if it's large sum, lump sum, it will be talking to you. All kind of ideas of what you could do with that money. These are not 401k ideas, or these are not savings or invest in stock market, or no. Like all kind of, that's when some things, some necessity that's not really necessity, all luxury, by the way, will come through your mind. Like maybe that thing I've always wanted to do. Before you know it, and now you're like 33. You're like, where did all that money go? Yes, water dispenser at the bottle, $16.58. I never sat down to say, hey, just last week I just looked at it, I was like, how much are these people charging me? $168 for something like that. It came out to $16.58 with the delivery. And I have this Moses, and I have another boy in the house who has Moses. Multiply that by how many months in a year? It adds up when you consider every other thing that you're not paying attention to. All those kind of money. When you're young, especially, is when you do stupid stuff like this. Okay? And again, the more money you have, the easier it is, especially if it's a first generational money. If it's not money that you guys are used to in that household, you don't know. You just start to feel like a big boy. You know, I have an uncle, the late Reverend Fagwego. He will say, save the pennies and the millions will take care of themselves. That's who Emeka is. That's what he's talking about. He just refused to take account. He refused to hold himself accountable. That's what's going on here. How did a school of 84 million collapse just because of rent or because of one wife? Could make sense. It's not making sense. You have to hold yourself accountable. I was reckless with my cash. I made some wrong moves, which happened to me. I made some wrong moves. I made some wrong bets. Okay? Every successful people have made some wrong bets. Some wrong bets will take you out. Bankruptcy. It's over. And it's not the end of the world. Admit that. Say, hey, it is what it is. I lost money, you know. I'm saying that because I want to learn from it. I want to admit that first so I don't repeat the same mistake all over again. So I don't dig a hole for myself. That's what he's talking about here, but somehow they had to bring in the ex-wife. Even if the ex-wife is against a money squanderer, right? At some point you have a conversation. Say, babe, come over here. I've had such conversations before. My wife is not a spender like that at all. But still, I've had to have conversations like that, babe. What was that charge I just saw? What was that? We just charged $200. And then she would remind me. I was like, okay. Right? Sometimes I'll be like, babe, we're still spending $200 on that? The other day, we decided to disconnect the whole cable thing. We don't watch it. Why? We don't watch cable. Why are we spending $61 on YouTube TV? We don't watch it. If you're wondering, that's why I don't cover the show on Mattel Love and Marriage thing anymore. I don't need to. There's so much content everywhere. Now, that doesn't have to be your choice. What I'm saying is pay attention. Be accountable. Take account. Taking account doesn't mean you call it's your fault. That's not what that means. It means you are taking account of what's going on. And if you don't do that, you will turn around and start blaming your loved ones, including the invisible one, the senators and the blackmailers and the Prados.
That's what you think.
That's not what I think.
That person said that's what you think. Oh, he said no.
If whatever happens, they are children's investment. She was working under a dictate.
She was working under a dictate. We haven't found out what the dictate is. We might be wrong one day. This guy will pull out receipts of all these dictators and blackmailers. We might end up being wrong, but I'm here for it. I'm patient.
That's what you think.
That's not what I think.
Did you see that? That's not what I think. Oh, it's just everybody shake their head like that. Come on, Allah, you're overreading it. No, that's coconut head I just saw right there. I don't care what you tell me. That is what I call coconut head. Okay? And I'm okay with being wrong. It's you that you're not okay with being wrong.
She's blackmailed.
Okay.
I can tell you my last finding.
My last findings, this is the language they use. My last finding, I did my research. I'm just telling the truth. No evidence. Your last findings, what do you mean?
You go explain, because no evidence.
That was 2017. Emeka, I love you, but stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
Alright. Stop the cap. Your last findings. These are the same languages. These patterns everywhere. Findings, I did my research. I'm just telling the truth. What truth? What truth are you telling that the rest of us don't know? Let's get to it.
Behaving crazily right now. I can tell you my last finding. She's behaving crazily right now.
She's behaving crazily right now. There's a camera in your face talking about the mother of your kids. She's behaving crazily. What does that mean? Is that mental health issue? What does that mean? Now, it makes sense to me that somebody who just lost their family, who decided to leave, that's not the easiest decision for them to make, gentlemen. No, women just don't drop it and decide to destroy you. That's also tend to be the hardest decision they have to make. Everybody's confused. Nah, it was women just leave 78% of the time. Why? You ever take the time to ask why? If you don't ask, you will end up 2 months later and say, my last findings right now. She's acting crazily right now. Kilo mean crazily. Is she at Yaba? What do they call it? Yaba something? Yaba house of mental people. Is that kilo mean by crazily? Let's see. Maybe you will tell us.
That's what I heard, that she's behaving crazy.
That's what you heard. What? I thought you saw it.
So you ladies better learn from hanging out with
you ladies, you women. Ola, why are you always taking sides with women? Gentlemen, because this is lame behavior. We got to get that shit together. Come on. Not this, you ladies. Oh my God, this was too predictable. This is why your wife left you. You're predictable. Yaba left Abby. It's too predictable. That's boring. We already know what you're about to say. That's boring. They will keep leaving you if you're this boring. Oh my God. These things do add up. TV subscriptions, for example. Yeah. Subscription, app subscriptions. Everybody's asking for their own $5. Why? Why do you want my $5? For what? Because I want to watch another show? No. Put it on this one $5. Put it on this. Somebody the other day told me, like, why are we playing? I go to Riaza in church for music and stuff, and I'll play music for them on my phone. And somebody was like, why is the ads playing on your YouTube? You can pay for the $10 subscription. I said, no, I can't. Actually, I like to learn from the ads. That the ads are where I get some of my ideas from as a marketer. Why would I want to waste $10 just because it's just $10? No, it's bad habit. It's bad habit. And this environment, the Western world especially, including Lekki and Ikoyi, is designed to take all your money away from you before you get home. They have vending machines and all this craziness in the cafeteria. They will take all your money before you get back home. Be careful. But you won't listen to me if you're a 22-year-old Emeka, of course. But it's okay. Once you hit rock bottom, just know that I told you once upon a time. Don't go and blame your wife for losing the school. That's all I'm saying, okay? Emeka will never take accountability, so he will never learn and grow from it. I hope he does. I really hope he does, but I really hope he does. Just tell us as it is. You too is holding on to the truth. The truth tellers. All I see is pride with these guys. Yep. That's whenever I say I'm just telling the truth, that's expectations and pride. That's all that is, Anyway, we're there. Let's see.
With friends who takes you around.
Listen to this advice,
So
ladies.
you ladies better learn from hanging out. That's what I heard, that she's behaving crazily.
Wait. Uncle Emeka is about to advise you. All right. If you are taking this advice, put a 1 in the chat.
So you ladies better
If you're not taking the advice, put a 0 in the chat.
crazily right now. That's what I heard, that she's behaving crazily.
She's behaving crazy right now.
So you ladies better learn from hanging out with friends who takes you around. Hi, he's my cousin, it's my uncle. Let's go.
Let's go. This bros have been. This bros. Listen. This bros. Let's go. Oh my God. Does it produce movies? It doesn't direct movies. If you direct a movie, it will be a terrible movie. I guarantee it. Okay. I guarantee it. Because he's out of touch. He's completely out of touch. He does not know what's going on. Oh my God. Yeah, he's stuck in his own wall, in his own head. He was, at least at this moment. This video, let me repeat. Today is December 28th. This was 6 years ago. It was December 2017. But the point where I'm going to read this patterns, okay? The point I'm saying to you, gentlemen, is that there are patterns. Some of us can see certain patterns, and we can almost tell you, not always, we can almost tell you where certain behavior is going to lead you, okay? There are patterns, okay? There are patterns everywhere. Relax. Take a deep breath. Take a shower. Drink cold water. Not too cold, like just room temperature. And take one day before you have an opinion on this. I beg. Okay? There are patterns. Okay? You might not be able to see it. It might be in a blind spot. Because you don't know what you don't know. But I've been how far.
Some men are gross men. Let's go. Some men are gross men. Some men are very rich, but they got their money from evil things. So you young girls who better learn.
They got their money from evil things. I bet it's looking at Kanayo sideways like, are you real? Where'd you get your money from? I don't have any money. I'm an actor like you. Jesus. Yeah, there are evil men, but this, what he's talking about has nothing to do with evil man. He lost his family, and that's sad. He lost his family, and he didn't know how to. He didn't have the skills, and all of this is all telling.
It's not everybody that has champagne to offer that you go, oh, maybe he just sold a kidney to buy you that champagne. Maybe he just killed 2 people. It's all over Africa. So
He says all over Africa. I just remember it's in Ghana. This interview was done in Ghana. He's just like, wait, I'm in Ghana. I'm not in Nigeria. Okay, it's all over Africa. How about that? No, it's actually all around the world. They do have Tyler Perry did a whole series on the cult and all those people that are chopping their hands into rituals and stuff like that. It's everywhere. When you look around you, you will find enough of it if you don't work on yourself. You will find enough things to blame if you don't work on yourself. Okay? You might call it spirituality, you might call it different things, whatever you want to call it. There's more than enough room. Let's continue.
luck. Whenever she went to find where she's blackmailed, good for them.
You know she's being blackmailed. Why won't you, take her back or something? Because if you're aware of...
If I know my wife is being blackmailed, kill me, bros. Why am I not after these people? Why am I holding her accountable for that? We have to pick one battle. It's either she's evil, as the rest of them are calling her today, or she's being blackmailed. We have to pick one battle in this one, right? You're noticing now that this story is not just 11 days ago that we saw it. I saw it for the first time 11 days ago personally, but this is consistent. Since I've been covering this, it's all over my page too on YouTube, so that's how I stumbled into this. There's a consistency here. It's either you have the discernment radar spirit or you don't. The only way to have it is work on yourself. Once you start working on yourself, you will see these things 10,000 miles away. You can smell it. Not that one. Not that person. Not that person. Right? But some people will listen and say, oh my shield, that's just terrible. Good. What else? Do you have a solution? Or it's just too bad? Too many bad women out here. Is that the solution you have? Or too many bad men out here? Is that the solution that you have? Do you have any kind of solution whatsoever? Because there will always be bad men and women. Guaranteed. There will always be bad men and bad women. You can't change that. That's what makes our world goes around. What do you mean? Why do we need to have bad people? Well, don't argue with your destiny. I'm telling you, there will always be bad men and women out here. The question is that if you keep attracting them, there's only one thing you can control: yourself. What is it about you that's attracting toxic men and women? What is it about you? I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm just saying ask that question first. See, just be okay with the question first, right? And then we'll take it from there. Just be okay with that question first,
of what is going on, that it's not her fault, or
It's her fault.
Okay.
Because she got herself where she got blackmailed.
Okay.
It's her fault. Both of it is her fault. Okay, he did say that on the Robin Minds on Channel TV too. It's her fault because she got herself to be blackmailed. She's the victim as well as the... I get it, Uncle Emeka.
Then 2, the blackmail has to do with my life.
Okay.
If you read online, also you know that there's a place online where they said killers came to my house with mask.
Oh, we should believe online now? I guess this was back in the days when he still believed in the online. This was back in the day when he still believed in the online. These days now, all the onlines are all of G-Lover and them. They are all the enemies right now. She's blackmailed and it's also her fault. Anyway. He's consistent. That's why I believe him. Just because I believe him doesn't mean that he knows what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's doing. It's the point I've been making from day one. Like the majority of the people out there, it's not a matter of right and wrong. People don't have the skills to navigate life and relationships. When they don't have the skills, it's only there's no vacuum in this. They will yield towards manipulative and controlling behavior. And it will get worse and worse. And it's even worse that they don't realize that they are perpetuating this behavior. They can't, it's very hard for them to comprehend. They have to fall, hit rock bottom first. And then they start asking questions. Sometimes it's too late. Sometimes it's not in this lifetime. If you get stuck on right and wrong with this, or yo, this is not about right and wrong. Oh. Nobody's saying Emeka is wrong. Oh. I'm not the court of law, right? There are a couple of behaviors there that's outrightly wrong. But you know, some people are already tracing it back. It must be because the child did not go to school, blah, blah, blah. All that is irrelevant. There's no right and wrong. The message is for him. You don't put yourself out there on voice notes. Today, I was still having a conversation with my sister. Voice notes, I no. The only thing that you use voice note and text messages for is I love you, I'll see you later, good to see you, it was nice seeing you, right? Hey, did you see that video? That's all you use that for. You don't use, if you know you're feeling some type of way, don't be a coward. Don't jump on a voice note because you don't want to engage the person and start leaving a long voice note or long ass text. That's being a coward. I'm telling you what it is now. Because if you're not, you will wait. You will have some patience and have a conversation with that person that you feel some type of way with. I get it. Some people are too toxic and you just don't want to deal with. Then don't deal. Don't leave, because whatever, if that's the case and you're leaving that voice note can be used against you later on. And then you end up in Shalaya and say, our grandmother used to do that. If we are just telling the truth, our grandmother is like I say, grandmother, your grandmother was wrong too. Are you paying attention? All of them were wrong. Plus, they didn't. People you're talking about, they didn't have voice notes. It's more dangerous now than ever before. Because that thing, once they click forward, it forwards to another WhatsApp group before you know it's now it's even worse. And then you come and blame the person that's sharing it. They shouldn't bring the child. They shouldn't, like, all that stuff is irrelevant. This is since 2017 that we're looking at right now. There's a pattern here. Stay focused. Because once you miss it one time, there's no guarantee that everything else is going to stay in order. Once this beginning or the head is out of order, what do you expect out of everything else? Anyway, Uncle Emeka is still talking to us. He's advising the ladies. Don't be doing so that they don't make you to a ritual. Turn you make you so that they don't turn you into Ebo. He's right though. Please be careful with the senators out there. Shout out to all the senators. It's not all the senators, just this particular senators that Uncle Emeka is talking about, the blackmailers. The one that rides, I don't know if they took his Prado or something, but those ones. Be careful. Not everybody is going to serve champion and not put something inside of it for you. Shout out to Didi. God forbid. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That day I was walking in from the gate, she was walking out of the gate and the killers were outside. She was the only person around. I've been asking myself, who told these guys my movements? Because we're the only people around the house. No gate man, no house boy, no house girl, nobody around.
Was Adebola not there, the PA? He wasn't there too. Adebola, the PA. I'm just asking for a friend.
Wow.
It's lately I'm beginning to discover that she's the one.
She's the one.
2 times, 3 times they've tried to kill me.
If she wants to play that same game right now, she can actually sue. You're gonna have to prove that I was the one. You better have evidence that I was the one. And he keeps saying they tried to kill him. Somebody said yesterday it's paranoia. It's probably a lot of paranoia going on there too. I mean, if I had the eyeballs, he should keep his glasses on. Probably. Well, this was no. He's remarried now. He's doing well now. Let's hope so. Natu's like, what is that fam? What is the wife? The wife? How does is the wife even happy? I don't know. In this crazy world where some people say it's only when you slap them that they are happy. Who knows? We don't know. You never know, right? Until they start talking, which he's talking. That's why I'm addressing it, right?
3 times they've tried to kill me. Now they can't kill him. They say, well, you have to leave the house
He left.
because you've made a mistake to hang out with gunmen. Now they're going to tell you what to do. And you must do it. Now you can't go back to the same man you're trying to kill. And say, we're trying to kill you, so now they're after my life. You can't. So that woman is facing her destiny. I pray for her. I was in court. I was kneeling down.
Wait. How did we go all the way to kneeling down? We switched that story so fast. That woman is facing her destiny. Okay, he's just reminiscing. Okay.
I said, please come back home.
Yeah.
You've disgraced me enough. All over the world. I have no reason to even want to see you. But for your kids, please come back home.
So you were begging after you found out that she blackmailed you and all of these. You're like, I don't even want to see you, but just come back home. Oh.
Now my mind was, okay, fine.
This was just a story he told himself. Okay, that's what it is. You know, like, let me tell myself this story. I'll feel better if I tell myself this story. That's the only way to make sense. Why? Because for all that emotional nonsense, what did he say? He said on one video, he said, did he say emotional? He said, sentimental fools. Baba does not believe that there's anything called like sentimental values. He does not believe it. It's just a lie. He does not believe it. So when you discount anything emotional, emotions not be your mate. Emotion will show you pepper now. It might not be yours. Maybe you can control yourself, but your wife, they will show you pepper, right? Because you said there's no emotions, but emotions there is the reality of our realities. So but since you're going to pretend there's no emotions, you call it logical, right? There's no need to address emotions, right? So you just address it like, let's cook up a story that's more logical, that makes more sense without all that sentimental foolish nonsense. Nesville has released the video. Okay, I'll see.
It's done with this woman. I'm done with this woman. I could just put her with her kids, my kids in the house, and then maybe find another house. I would never have anything to do with her again. But just settle her down with the kids. Know that, okay, fine, the family's going on well.
Yeah.
But she said no.
No.
She said yes. She said yes every 48 hours. So, what do you believe? You know, I leave that to you. Or what do you believe? You believe her or you believe him, right? Try to be objective. Don't look at his countenance right now, okay? That's just, like, just be objective. Anybody can act, you know, how they act, right? Just be objective. Let's go.
To move on with her new friends. So, who are her new friends? Beautiful.
This is a pattern too. Whenever a wife leaves a man, he tends to blame the friends, the sisters, the family, everything else, right? She's been hanging out with the wrong crew, right? Everything she said was wrong with the relationship. She's just crazy. Men do this a lot. Okay, why? Because we know that 70% of the divorces are initiated by women anyway. So men do that because they're in denial, you know. But it's a pattern, and we've seen it long enough. We know that all of you cannot be telling the truth. It's something that you need to learn.
If a married woman has new friends that has been there and broke the marriage, then she tell the world who they are, how did they come in. We don't see anybody around her in court. We only see new people. All her family members that I know, they say, "Madam, what's wrong with you?" And she's like, no. So I'm like, are you okay? Are you sure you're okay? So I don't know. Whatever she's gotten herself into, let her face it. I've moved on.
Moving on. How are your babies doing?
Very good. I
Who's
can
taking
tell
care
you,
of
my son.
Welcome, babe. So at this time, I think he had the custody of the kids, you know, so he's talking about his son right now. I don't think he's talking about son with another woman. Let's see.
Doing.
Very good. I
Who's
can
taking
tell
care
you,
of them?
right now, they are the best in their classes.
Wow.
When this happened earlier on, it affected them a little bit. But it was my resolve as a father to make sure that they do not suffer any.
Was he trying to control the narrative that previously happened here when he said, the one that everybody's referencing that he got cancelled? Because it said battery. Clearly, the tableau was carrying that at one point, right? Which I didn't know. I wasn't privy to any of that, right? Do you think, was this like an attempt to try to clean that up? Right? Because he was quite passionate telling this story. This story had elements of truth in it as usual, right? But we also know that a lot of it was kind of arranged in a way that to make him look good. And it didn't work, because whenever you try to make yourself look good and you're putting other people down, it really doesn't work. Because over time, people can tell, right? So it didn't work, So, and the person you're putting down might actually be down. She might actually be acting crazy. Everything you said could actually be correct.
Well, you're right.
But people will always ask, like, why do you feel the need? Silently, they might not ask you directly. Silently, like, there's something about putting that other person down that it's like you're using that as a leverage to uplift yourself. Especially if we're talking about your ex-wife. It's always the wrong move. Dotun is always the wrong move. Speaking of Dotun, we're going to talk about Dotun in a second here. Always the wrong move.
Bits of that. So I instilled so much, did a lot of investment in their life, got them teachers, got them everything, got them to go schools, stay up with them, read with my daughter, get her a nanny, snatch somebody's wife with money. The wife is going to be working for me. How much you want? She says she wants this amount. I doubled it. So she comes to the house, takes care of the kids, goes back to her house, goes there, work. I'm here in Ghana. She's there taking care of the kids. That's her job. She gets paid for her job. Then goes back to her family and shuttles. That's the life we live right now. I can't take young girls like you because...
How about the old ones? Like,
she's an old woman. That's what I'm saying. She have 5 kids. So married, old
I know,
woman.
but how about,
And goes back to her family and shuttles. That's the life we live right now. I can't take young girls like you because...
How about the old ones? Like,
she's an old woman.
Was that an attempt to toast this girl? I'm confused. Maybe this is one of his issues. Baba, was that toasting you just tried? Attempted? Was that an attempt to toast? I can't take young girls like you. Yes. He was trying to control the narrative as the ex-wife was not speaking, but it didn't work. As it looked crazy, yeah, it did not work, and he attempted it. Now 6 years later, it clearly didn't work. If anything, it made him go viral. I've seen some of EK's past Instagram posts. There seems to be a systematic pattern of posts which indirectly portrays his ex-wife as being a bad and neglectful mother. Yes, gentlemen and women, ladies and gentlemen, when you do that, it's more telling on yourself. You tell on yourself. Okay, you tell on yourself. People might be slow to catch up to you. Eventually, they'll catch up to you because you should do nothing against the truth but for the truth. The truth is undefeated. One day to catch up. The truth will be caught up to. The truth will catch up one day. So people might be slow to it, but they will catch up. Don't do that. There's no need. Just let go. That's harder to do. You know why it's harder to do? Because that's the optimal thing to do. That's your best chance of having an awesome life. If they belong in your world, they will find their way back to you. If you want, you can allow them back. If you have that room. If you don't have that room, it's okay. You don't have to let them back in. But letting go is one of the hardest things for human beings to do. That's because it's highly rewarding once you can do it, once you can get there. And one of the reasons why it's difficult to do is because self-respect. You're probably dealing with inadequacy of self-respect. Because if a person doesn't want you, if you have enough self-respect, it's like, I don't want you either. Right? In a humble way. Respectfully. You don't want me, huh? Okay. I understand. Because you're not going to pretend like you didn't know that that relationship was breaking up. You can try. You can claim ignorance. But ignorance is not an excuse in real life. It's just not.
That's what I'm saying. She have 5 kids, so married. Old
I know,
woman.
but how about, maybe having somebody on the side
For me,
for yourself? I don't know where the notion is coming from.
maybe we talk about that later.
Not me. I'm just asking because
Oh, okay.
there's a notion that men can't live alone. What about that?
Men
you
can
might-
live alone, but men can't exist alone.
Oh, all right. So that was that. It was a short video. We took our time on it, but let me see. I want to talk about Dotun really quickly. Dotun. We covered Dotun's story in the past year. Dotun was another guy who does not have the skills, and he has coconut head. From what we've seen, and a lot of people. But let's come back to that. I'll be right back.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.